Pick the mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, chat bangs.
Minnesota. How's it going? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, calm down. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, alright, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay, that was a little abrupt. I was just fucking kidding. You didn't have to shut up quite so fast. Anyways, it's nice to be here in Minnesota. Yeah. Yeah, you guys realize you're a fake crowd, right? Yeah, you guys are fake. Fake as fuck. Anyway, I was on my way to the bathroom backstage because I kept farting. I was just farting and farting all day farting. I took a huge shit just before I came out here, and I'm still farting somehow. Yeah. Still fart. I actually farted when I walked out here. You guys can call me the Fart Baron. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense, but y'all laughed, so yeah, fake crowd laugh there. Speaking of toilet humor, you notice every time when you pee, at least for dudes, there's like that shiver at the end? Like that scene in Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey's pissing in the bottle? Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a horse. Every time I pee and I get that feeling, there's like I feel like a horse neigh, you know? I'm peeing, taking a huge piss, and then all of a sudden I'm like, Speaking of toilet humor, don't hate when you're about to take a shit in the bathroom and there's those ass gaskets on the wall that you take down and you lay upon the seat in between your ass and the seat. That's why I call it an ass gasket. You know, the seat cover. I call them ass gaskets. But you lay it down neatly after ripping the center out just to prepare it, and then once you lay it down, you realize someone had pissed all over the seat, and it gets all wet and gross. You have to throw it away and start over. You have to clean up their piss, because some fucker won't clean up their piss off of the toilet seat. I hate that. So you toss that one in the toilet, grab another one, start over. I can never sit on a public toilet seat without an ass gasket. Sometimes they don't have any left. If that's the case, I'll layer that motherfucking seat with so much goddamn toilet paper. I probably spend more time covering the seat more than I spend time actually shitting. I'm a germaphobe, especially when it comes to public restrooms. Do you ever see people not use an ass gasket? I mean, I'm not standing there with the door open watching them take a shit. But I'll be in the next stall. Some big burly dude will walk in with no hesitation, just throw his pants and underwear down immediately and sit down. I'm just like, dude, you're not even going to cover the seat even a little? Then they just unleash it all, stand up and walk out without even washing their hands. I don't even think he wiped his ass. It's like his car was on fire outside and he decided to hurry and shit real quick and then run out to take care of the fire car. So gross when people don't wash. Speaking of nightclubs, I passed by a couple nightclubs on the way here. I don't do the nightclub scene too often, but several years ago, me and a few buddies decided to go to a nightclub. The moment I walked in, I was inside for maybe 1 minute before this Korean chick started talking to me. She was staring at me the whole time during the check-in, and while I was showing my ID to the bouncer dude. She immediately brought me over to the bar. We started buying beers. She made me chug a few, and then she would hold the bottom up as I drank my beer. She really wanted me to pound those beers, because I'm pretty sure she wanted to pound me. I didn't even talk to my friends while I was in there. She wanted my full attention, and she got it. She motherfuck got it. My friends just sat there at the table and watched us. Later, she brought me to the dance floor and we had a dance. I'm not a big dancer type, not at all. Then she goes, "Do you have condom?" Because, she was Korean. She had a very heavy Korean accent. She told me she was a foreign exchange student. And I didn't have a condom, because I don't carry condoms around me all the time, because I don't slay pussy on the reg. I'm not a slay pussyer. So I bought one of them from the vending machine that they had conveniently around the corner. We went back to our hotel room with her and my buddies came along. We walk in and she tells my friends to leave because we need to do business, she said. She told them to leave because we need to do business. So they left for a while. Then me and the Korean chick fucked. Yeah, for a while. And she was rough. She was on top of me, bouncing on me, twisting, turning side to side. It actually hurt pretty bad. She was bending my dick until it hurt me. Riding me like a fucking mechanical bull. Apparently she finished, because she pulled off me and we both noticed the condom was broken. She said, "What is that?" I'm like, the condom broke. And honestly, I didn't even get off that night. I couldn't get off because I thought she was gonna rip my fucking dick off. All that bending and bouncing. Yeah, it didn't feel very good. Didn't feel very good at all. I don't think my dick is meant to bend on a 90-degree angle. So my friends come back in after we finish, or should I say after she finished, treating my dick like a rag doll, and we went to bed. And, doesn't the guy usually finish first? Anyway, we woke up and I gave her a ride back to her dorm room, and on the way there she said, "I like you cock. You like my pussy?" I was like, yeah, it was nice. I didn't know what else to say. I mean, it was nice other than the 90-degree turns. "Yeah, I like you, pussy." So I dropped her off, and that was the last time I ever heard from her. Never seen her again. I hope she didn't get pregnant or something. That would suck if I had a child out there somewhere that I didn't even fucking know about. That was the strangest one-night stand I've ever had. And I've only had about 2. So don't judge me. I had 2, okay, motherfucks? I feel like it was her job to wreck my dick. She wasn't a prostitute, but she sure acted like one. Like it was her duty to just go ham on my cock. Like she loves her job very much of wrecking dicks. Speaking of jobs, I hate jobs. I mean, I really don't mind where I work that much, but if I had a choice, I would really rather not have a job. I just hate being on a schedule that is out of my control. Because if I disobey that schedule, then I wouldn't have a job anymore. But they say, "Well, you can find another job." Yeah, I could. But I would still be on a schedule. I want my own fucking schedule. I could go to school, but I don't know what I'd go for. That shit's too expensive. I can't afford that shit. Sorry, I got off the rails a little bit. Talking about jobs. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want change. My life now is a bit too mundane. But a job is a fucking job. I once worked at a Taco Bell. What a shit show that was. We just smoked weed and fucked around and ate all the food. One day, too, my coworkers thought it would be funny to fuck with the customers' food in the drive-thru. Yeah. One kid laid the tortilla down on the counter and proceeded to pull his pants and underwear down to about mid-thigh. Probably about mid-thigh. Then he sat on the customer's tortilla with his bare ass and continued to make the customer's burrito. Another jackass coworker of mine threw a tortilla on the ground and walked all over it with his feet. Fucked up, right? That's just disgusting. I feel bad for those who ate those burritos. I'm just glad I didn't fuck with their food. I never did fuck with anyone's food. I think it's just messed up to do that. Speaking of jobs and clubs, I went to a strip club in Las Vegas with a few buddies of mine. First time I've ever been there. Well, we walked in, sat down, strippers are dancing, doing what they do on them poles, doing those weird positions, hanging upside down and shit. The stripper came and grabbed me, took me into the private dance room where she waved her vagina in my face and bounced her tits around on my face. Then after the private show, she said it was mandatory that I buy her a drink. So I did, I didn't want to get in trouble or something. Then I walked into the bathroom and there was this guy there fully dressed in a suit selling cigars. Kind of an odd spot to sell cigars, don't you think? So I was getting drunk and decided to buy a cigar. I took maybe 2 or 3 puffs off of it. Then I started drinking more and got pretty hammered. I don't remember the rest of the night, but when I woke up in the hotel bed, the cigar was underneath me, smashed all over the sheets in pieces. I somehow fell asleep on it. I'm not sure where some of my other buddies ended up, but apparently we went to a porn shop that night. I bought a porno, and it was called Pass the Pussy, Please. And another one of my buddies apparently bought a huge arm dildo that made a fist at the end. It was pretty big. It was from the elbow to the fingertips. I don't know what he had planned for that, but he says he doesn't remember buying it, which he probably does remember. What an odd buy. That's such an odd purchase. I don't know if he's going to use it on himself or if he had a prostitute somewhere. Either way, that is a very, very aggressive toy. After getting home, I noticed my porno was missing. My buddy said he didn't have it anymore. Bullshit. So, how ironic it was called Pass the Pussy Please. And it was. It was passed around indeed. That night, someone from the area brought us to another strip club of some kind. It wasn't the best area. It was a trashy area. A trash fuck area. I knew we didn't belong there. I wasn't getting the best vibes from this place, It's kind of like walking around the ghetto. It was shady as fuck. But they had doors lined up that people would go in for a period of time and come back out. So my buddy went in one. Another buddy went in another one. So I was like, well, fuck, I guess I'll try it out. See what's going on in there. I walk in and it was like a 5x5 room with a little window about a foot wide in front of me with a dollar slot. So I was like, okay, well, I put some money in the slot and the window slid open. It had a black cover on it, like those doors you knock on and they open it up and they're like, password. But it wasn't quite like that, no. I put the dollar in, the money, it slid open, and inside was a naked woman doing a strip dance in this nappy-ass, cocaine-looking room from, like, fucking, movie. What's that movie called? I don't know. If you put more money in the slot, she would come and slam her vagina against the window right in front of your face. Just sit there and bounce it on there. I wasn't too pleased by this. Not pleased at all. She wasn't the best-looking girl either. She looked like a crackhead. So I turned around and walked out. And let me tell you, the floor in that room looked wet. Yeah. It was a bit sticky. Sticky and wet. I got the fuck out of there. Later I found out that some people call it the squeegee place because a dude would walk in, squeegee the floor and squeegee the window. That place was disgusting, so we got the hell out of there. I don't recommend going there. Nope, don't. And I will never return. Before we headed, though, I remember walking down Fremont Street. We were checking out bars and whatnot, partying as kids do. When all of a sudden this woman walks up from behind me, wrapped one of her legs around me and thrusted me really hard and said, "You like that shit?" And then she just walked away. It took me by surprise. It was so fucking random. She had to be high on crack or something, because definitely not sober. And that was the end of that little road trip. I worked at another job doing metal recycling. It wasn't too bad. It's okay. But I worked with this Mexican guy and a big fat guy. Worked with a Mexican and a big fat dude. And whenever the fat guy would bend over, you could see like 5 inches of his ass crack. The Mexican guy looks at me and says, "Big pussy." And I was like, okay, dude. Dude, I didn't think of it like that. Ew, gross. That's nasty. Oh my god, no. Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy. I've worked with a few funny Mexicans. One Mexican chick I worked with at Walmart. Yeah, I worked at Walmart. Don't judge me. She liked me a lot, and she wanted me to go to her car during break one time. So, I walked out with her, sat in her car, and she said, "Do you know how we can tell if we really like someone in my culture?" I'm like, no, I don't. How do you tell? And she's like, "We kiss. Then we see how we feel after the kiss." So, yeah, she wanted to kiss me. But I didn't want to kiss her because, it was like she was working on a divorce and already had 2 kids. And I didn't want to take that road, if you know what I'm saying. So I didn't want to fuck around with that shit. So I said, yeah, I don't really want to try that. I'm sorry. And I left and went back into the Walmart. So some Mexicans are funny, but some are very strict as fuck. There's a Mexican supervisor at Walmart, and he wouldn't stop checking up on us every 5 fucking minutes to make sure we were keeping those shelves stocked. We had to keep them shelves stocked. Oh, we had to keep them stocked. He would have ringed our assholes probably if we didn't. He probably would have whipped our nut sacks if we were to pull them out in front of him and expose our sacks. If he had the chance, I think he would have probably whipped our nut sacks right off. Hey, anyways, I was wondering, I don't like to kill animals. Like, I'm not a hunter or anything, I just can't bring myself to do it. I love animals, but I do eat them. Does that make me a hypocrite? I'd never harm a cow, or a chicken, or a deer, but I'll eat a steak and have bacon and eggs. Does that make me a hypocrite? The food is just too good. Like, I'm not against hunters or nothing, but, if you love hunting, then go for it. Go hunt. Go kill that poor innocent animal. I'm just not going to do it myself. I feel bad for the animal, watching him die, but if you're going to bring home a great delicious steak, I'd have to eat it. When I was a kid, we've had pet chickens before. We never killed them and ate them, but, never ate their eggs or anything. But if I saw someone torturing a chicken, like a kid, I'd want to beat the fucking kid's ass. Like, leave that chicken alone. Oh, chicken. I'd go inside and have an omelet. So yeah, I guess that could make me a hypocrite. I just figure if it's already cooked and sitting in front of me, well, might as well eat it. It just looks so good and smells so delicious, right? But I personally won't have sex with a cow. Won't have sex with a cow. Won't have sex with a cow. Or I wouldn't torture them or hurt them either. I just love animals, so. So anyways, you fake crowd, I will leave you with one more thing, Minnesota. I'm still farting. So sorry about that in the front row. I almost started about 10 minutes ago, but it wasn't a shart. I farted 10 minutes ago and it felt like a shart. But it wasn't. It was what I call a fecal matter explosion of condensation. Yeah, it's different. Which is almost a shart, but it's not quite wet enough to be a shart. It was just dry enough to keep my asshole dry, but just wet enough to make my underwear barely damp. It just damped up my undies a bit, then it evaporated quickly. And then it was dry after that. Ever heard of that term? A fecal matter explosion of condensation? It's right between a dry fart and a shart. So, be careful if you're questioning whether or not you should fart. Let it out very slow and easy, because it might just be a fecal matter explosion of condensation. So anyway, that is all for me. Thank you for having me, Minnesota. Peace out.